I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with a 3-minute cattle market update for Wednesday, October the 5th, where we're not ready to get fooled again by this board. You know, the old saying goes, fool me once and shame on you, and fool me twice, shame on me. And people aren't ready to fall for it. Even though the board was up big on Tuesday, it kind of trudged back and forth on Monday and ended up a little bit on the positive side on the nearbys and down on the far outs, but nobody's really buying it that this thing's bottomed out and turning back around yet, because we haven't seen any hard evidence of a reason why. And just because the board decided to turn around and jump back up big, just people making money off of us fool cattle people, up and down, back and forth all the time. And it's really just causing most of your cattle people to roll their eyes when they look at the board anymore, and we just can't trust that we don't feel like. It'd be great if we'd hit a bottom and had nothing to look at but upside, but it's just it's really doubtful that's probably going to happen. You look at your live cattle futures, the October contract, which December's got more play, but we're still on October for the spot. Monday was up 2 cents after being back and forth all day. Tuesday was up 297, so not quite the limit, but up big to end the week at 101.90. But remember, just last week for the week, we were down nearly $8.50 on the board, so we've got a long ways to go to catch up. December ended on Tuesday at 102.67. Feeder cattle October contract Monday was up 82, Tuesday was up 402 to end the day on Tuesday at 128 flat. Your weighted average on your fat cattle trade last week, the sharply lower trade, had 96,000 head altogether after trading some lower there middle of the week, and then finishing up the week with some sales right at the century mark, or even a touch lower than that in some of the northern plains lots there around 99. But the weighted average on all your live steers was 102.65, which was down 324 compared to the previous week. Dress steers average 160.154, down $5.55. You look at your slaughter, and everybody's expecting it to be lighter because they keep talking about these shutdowns or cooler cleanings in these plants. But I tell you what, they are making so much money that they don't want to give it up, and have continued to make money all year long, and have not even had a bad day, let alone a bad quarter or month this year. This whole calendar year, packers are just making money hand over fist. You look at your slaughter, just the first 2 days of the week, 229,000 head, which is 5,000 more than the last week and 12,000 more than the same time a year ago. So making good strides, but they are expecting late in the week that they're going to be closed, or some of the plants are going to be closed, so it'll be lighter kill there in the latter part of the week and suck it back from being way up over 600,000. But your CME feeder cattle index is at 131.31. It's been chasing your real-time index lower for the past several weeks here. Your real-time index through Tuesday's sales is 126.40. In Oklahoma City on Monday, that's 6,100 head. Feeder cattle $4 to $8 lower. And those big heavy yearlings that have been not really suffering the brunt of the losses like your 7 and 8 weight cattle have, but your big yearlings over 900 pounds, they didn't find any friends this week in Oklahoma City. They were as much as 12 bucks lower, and that's a lot on a 900 plus pound yearling there. When your calves 10 to 15 bucks lower. All your feeder cattle markets on Monday were just a wreck. Joplin at 3,500 head, they were $10 to $15 lower. Pretty much any sale, large volume, and especially your smaller volume sales, were just double digit lower. A lot of 15 lower. If they had the guts to call them, they could have called them $20 or $30 lower. But nobody wanted any cattle on a Monday. Tuesday wasn't much better, even though you know, the board was up, but nobody's really going to just turn on a dime. The board bounces all around this cash market, but the cash market continues to just continue to drift lower and lower and lower. You look on Cattle Market Central, an individual quote there, and probably the highest steer calves you're probably going to see for a long time, probably the highest ones you'll see this week. In Imperial, Nebraska, on Tuesday afternoon right before 4 o'clock, they sold a pretty good jag over 50 head of just 503 pounds. So just right at that 500 pound mark steers for 150. They'd be the kind, and you just probably not going to see that 150. I always try to find a few marks in your feeder cattle market. You can't remember what all of them are going to bring, but you always want to know what a 500 pound steer's worth. You always want to know what a 700 or 800 pound steer's worth, and then you can kind of extrapolate in between those two or back off for a heifer. But probably the high mark, extreme high mark, in the extreme high part of the country where the fanciest cattle are at 500 pounds is $150. Don't forget DV auction, getting into your fall production cattle sales here real hard and fast. This Saturday you can view and bid 13 different production cattle sales on dvauction.com. That's 3 minutes, and we'll talk to you later in the week.